Bisola had counted down the days to the short break, like a prisoner waiting for parole. The university gates closing behind her felt like freedom, even if it was temporary. Abuja welcomed her with its familiar heat, noisy streets, and the kind of restless energy that made you feel like something was always about to happen. She didn't know it yet, but this break would change the entire direction of her life. At home, her mother complained about how thin she had become. Her father barely looked up from his newspaper, and the house felt the same, safe, predictable and suffocating. Bisola was 21, beautiful in a quiet, effortless way, and tired of feeling invisible. She wanted excitement, connection, something that made her heart race. That evening, her friend Zainab called. There was a small get-together happening at an estate in Gwarinpa. "Just come out, BC," Zainab insisted. "You can't be doing book and house every day." Bisola hesitated, then smiled to herself. Maybe one night out wouldn't hurt. The music was loud, the laughter louder, and the air smelled of perfume and grilled meat. Bisola stood awkwardly at first, clutching her phone, scanning the room like she didn't belong. That was when she bumped into him literally. Her drink nearly spilled as strong hands steadied her. "I'm so sorry," she said quickly. He smiled. Not the rehearsed kind, this one was slow, warm, disarming. "Looks like I should apologize for standing in your way." His name was Dayo, a university undergraduate too, home on break like her. He spoke with confidence but without arrogance, his laughter deep and easy. They talked about school stress, bad lectures, Abuja traffic, and before she knew it, an hour had passed. By the end of the night, Bisola felt lighter, seen. As Dayo collected her number, he looked at her and said softly, "I feel like this meeting wasn't an accident." Her heart skipped, even as she laughed it off. Dayo didn't waste time. He called the next morning, then again the next day. Soon they were inseparable. Late-night drives through empty Abuja roads, music playing softly, conversations flowing like they'd known each other for years. Bisola found herself opening up about her dreams, her fears, how she wanted more from life than just survival. Dayo listened, really listened. He talked about his own struggles, living off campus, hustling to make ends meet, and dreaming of a future that felt far away. There was no pressure, no labels. Just laughter, stolen glances, and electricity that hummed beneath every moment. When he finally kissed her under the dim glow of streetlights, it felt inevitable. Bisola told herself it was just a holiday thing, a beautiful distraction. But deep down, her heart was already breaking rules her mind had set. The days melted into each other. Bisola started lying to her parents small lies at first. Group discussion, library, anything, to steal more time with Dayo. Abuja became their playground. One evening, as they sat in his car watching the city lights, Dayo brushed her hair behind her ear. "What happens when school resumes?" he asked quietly. Bisola swallowed. "We'll talk. We'll call. We'll make it work." He smiled, but there was something uncertain in his eyes. Neither of them wanted to say the truth. That distance had a way of testing even the strongest feelings. But in that moment, wrapped in warmth and hope, forever didn't seem impossible. The day Bisola returned to school came too fast. The motor park was chaotic, conductors shouting, buses revving, people rushing. Dayo stood beside her, hands shoved into his pockets like he was holding himself together. "I'll text you every day," he promised. "I'll call," she replied, "even when I'm tired." As the bus pulled away, Bisola watched him shrink into the distance, her chest aching. She pressed her forehead against the window, fighting tears. Something told her this goodbye mattered more than she was ready to admit. Back at school, life resumed, but her heart stayed in Abuja. Their relationship survived on texts, voice notes, WhatsApp calls, and late-night video chats. Dayo became her escape after long lectures and exhausting assignments. She fell asleep with her phone beside her pillow more nights than she could count. Sometimes the network failed. Sometimes messages were delayed. Sometimes Dayo sounded distracted. Bisola noticed but chose trust over suspicion. Love, she believed, required faith. When he said he missed her, she believed him. When he said he was busy, she understood. She ignored the small ache that grew whenever calls became shorter. One Friday evening, after a particularly lonely day, Bisola stared at Dayo's picture on her screen and made a decision. She would surprise him. No warning. No announcement. He lived off campus after all. It would be romantic. Unexpected. Proof that distance couldn't break them. Her heart raced as she planned everything: transport, timing, excuses. She imagined his smile when he saw her standing at his door. Bisola had no idea. She was walking straight into the moment that would shatter her world. Dayo's apartment building looked quiet when she arrived. Bisola climbed the stairs, heart pounding, excitement bubbling. She adjusted her dress and raised her hand to knock. The door opened. Laughter floated out, first female laughter. Then she saw them. Dayo, shirtless. Another woman wrapped in his bedsheet, smiling like she belonged there. Time froze. Their eyes met. Shock, guilt, silence. World tilted violently, as her heart broke in one sharp, unbearable snap. She didn't scream. She didn't shout. She turned and ran. Bisola! Dayo shouted, pulling on his shirt, panic flooding his face. He chased after her, calling her name over and over. Tears blurred her vision as she stumbled onto the road, pain roaring in her chest louder than the traffic. She didn't hear the car coming. She didn't see the headlights. Only impact. The sound was sickening. Metal against flesh. Bisola's body hit the ground hard, her consciousness slipping away as screams filled the air. Dayo dropped to his knees beside her, shaking, blood on his hands. Please, please wake up, he begged, his voice breaking. Sirens wailed in the distance as the world closed in. And just like that, the love that began on a holiday night in Abuja dissolved into darkness.